All right, let's move into our week 3 power rankings. We're just going to go through 6 quarterbacks, 2 picks each, and we're talking about how they've performed up to this point through 3 games. Right, so you might see some variation here. Quarterbacks who normally wouldn't be at top when we're talking about full seasons. We're only talking about these first 3 weeks, right? So we'll do a little round robin. I'll go first, Anthony second, Sterling third, and I'm going to start with Lamar Jackson. Has got to be the best quarterback in the league right now. The guy's 4th in the league in rushing. He's 1st in every category in the passing. He's betting on himself. He's carrying his team. I mean, they dropped the ball literally against Miami. But, I mean, they were up big 35-14, right? Lamar got him there. Rashard Bateman looks like a star. You know, I think what Lamar Jackson's doing in the league right now is putting everyone on notice, making everyone drool. Pay this man, because if this keeps up, you're going to have to owe him $300 million guaranteed.
Do you want me to do my pick or what? Comment on yours.
You can comment.
I think, has Lamar been good through the first 3 weeks? Has he been MVP level? Absolutely. But are we taking into account competition thus far? Because I feel like he's done what he had the potential to do against the teams he's faced. But let's see, the rest of the season, can he keep that up? I don't know if I would project that. But for the first 3 games, if that's your guy, that's your guy. I mean, he's got the numbers. He's got the support. There's an argument to be made that he is the best quarterback right now.
I'm not going as far as say he's the best quarterback in the league.
Me neither.
But he's top 3 weeks. He's playing lights out football, man, and a lot's on his shoulder. These teams in the NFL, man, they game plan and they're going to be ready for him. So he's got a big test with Buffalo this week. But if I got to go Josh Allen here, I guess he's second because you picked first. Josh Allen's number 2. What can this guy not do? I mean, he's not doing it on the ground like Lamar Jackson is, but when he runs, he's efficient. He's finding Stephon Diggs. I mean, he's throwing it to so many different receivers. He's only second to Tua in terms of completion percentage, which is a big time stat. And last week yesterday he threw the ball all over the yard. Too many attempts. 63 times. That's too many times. But if Josh Allen is playing like the best quarterback in the league right now.
Yeah. We did go out of order there, but we all know Anthony was going to take Josh Allen anyway.
Of course I was. Yes, he's the best quarterback in the league right now.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Sterling. Nobody can stop him. He is the offense. He's the running back. He's making great throws. And we say this every week. You can't bet against Josh Allen right now because he's playing lights out. The Bills beat themselves in Miami. Mm-hmm. They didn't lose because of him, right?
Josh Allen had one bad pass into the end zone at the end of the game, granted, and in the fourth quarter. Bad timing, but one bad pass and you're already knocking him down to number 2. Get out of here. He's number 1.
All right. So everyone knows that's going to be probably those 2. Mahomes is arguably in that conversation, but number 3, who you taking, Anthony?
I got to go Jalen Hurts here. We just talked him up, right? We just said that he's balling out right now. He's doing what he has to do. If you're putting Lamar at 1, there is no way in hell you're not putting Jalen Hurts at 3.
You just criticized me for competition.
Eagles competition.
But Eagles, it's still what he's done over 3 games.
Yes, it's just like I said. You can have Lamar at 1, but if you put Lamar at 1, there's nobody else at 3 but Jalen Hurts because of what he's done in the 3 weeks. He is the MVP over there in the NFC right now. He's the one exceeding expectations, looking like he deserves the contract that Lamar is going to get. So, I mean, if you're talking about just the play through the 3 games, he's minimized the mistakes. He's built the chemistry and proved it with his receivers that he's got. He's done everything right. He's got the legs. I'm telling you, it's Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts are the same quarterback in different leagues right now.
Right, but Lamar with Jalen Hurts' weapons, any of these guys with the weapons that Jalen Hurts has,
sure.
I mean, they would be balling out too, right? A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert. I mean, there's just endless talent on that team. A.J. Brown alone, put him on the Bills, I mean, it would be ridiculous, right? So, that brings us to number 4. And obviously, I would put Pat Mahomes 3 over Hurts. So, I'm going to put Pat Mahomes at 4. I think his talent around him is lower this year, and they look the same. Nobody wants to play them. I know they dropped a game against the Colts, but look, every team drops a few games a season. Pat Mahomes is just that guy. He's at the point in his career where he's so good that nobody wants to pick him for anything anymore. But he's definitely the best in this top 3 or 4, right? Especially coming out week 1, putting up 40 points. So, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to argue with me, but Pat Mahomes 4 should be higher, in my opinion.
Really? You think higher than Hurts through the first 3 games? After the stinker of a game they had yesterday or Sunday?
Yeah, I think so, man. It's Pat Mahomes we're talking about here, right?
All right.
We're not talking about past accomplishments. We're talking about this year.
Yeah.
This year, 3 weeks.
Okay, I mean, he's having a great season. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I just think with he's still got Travis Kelce. Don't get me wrong, but the depleted weapons, he still looks the same. They still look efficient. They're still putting up a lot of points, minus last week. I would take Pat Mahomes over Hurts right now. Anyway, let's move on to number 5. Sterling, you're up for number 5.
Justin Herbert. I mean, this guy, you talk about grit. I mean, the guy has broken ribs, and he's still out there trying to sling it. Now, they didn't get the win last week or yesterday. The defense needs to step up. But Jalen Hurts, the previous 2 weeks he's been awesome. He took Mahomes to the brink, right? It's. I know we're only talking about 3 weeks. I know I mentioned, how good it, if we see this continually going on, like if he puts up a stinker like yesterday and we see this continuing, we have to kind of evaluate how good is Justin Herbert as a leader. And there's one thing if you pad the stats, right? But you have to come through when it matters most. And we got to see that from him. So, I still think he's a top 5 quarterback in the league, and that's what he's playing like. So let's just see if he continues that trend.
Yeah, minor setback with the injury here, but yeah, he's got huge expectations this year for sure. And so far, I think he's lived up to that. I think a couple setbacks here and there so far. But
yeah,
I guess the big question is, where does Aaron Rodgers lay here? Is Aaron Rodgers in the
we're
conversation?
Talking play through 2 games. If I'm going 6, it's my choice. So I don't care what you think.
I'm just saying, where is Justin Herbert on that?
2 things to add on Herbert. 2 things to add on Herbert. Is grit and determination in the last 2 games, right? So there was a lot of questions coming out of the Jacksonville game. Why did he even play 4 quarters? Because they were being blown out by the 4th quarter. Because he wanted to. Because he didn't let the coach take him out of the game. He said, no, I'm staying out there, right? If I could start the game, I'm finish it, basically, which I respect.
It's understandable.
And the fact that last week when he was injured on the previous play, he could have run for a first down. He couldn't do it. He threw the ball away. The very next play, he bombs it into the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, just that talent and ability alone to do that and make a play like that.
It's
very,
extremely
very
impressive. No doubt about it. Yeah, through 3 weeks, played the Raiders, played at Kansas City, and now dropped one to Jacksonville. They're 1-2, and there's a lot in his shoulders. I mean, they're good enough to be better than that. He's got to get healthy.
Yeah,
right. I don't think it's his actual rib that's broken. It's the cartilage fractured, whatever that means. Yeah. Hopefully he gets back to full health because the guy is extremely. His arm talent's arguably the best in the league. He's side by side with Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, in my opinion. All right, Anthony.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Boy.
What do you got?
You mentioned Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think I can choose the quarterback of a run-first team if you're talking about through the first 3 weeks of the season. Yeah. He's not doing much through these games. Is he elite? Yes. Are we saying Tom Brady's on this list because he's elite? That's why I thought it was stupid that Tom Brady was number 1 on the players' top 100 list. What year is it? 1999? He's not number 1. Come on, people. But for 6, as much as it pains me, especially my voice still being the way it is, it's got to be Tua, right? I mean, you look at the comeback win against the Ravens, the 4th quarter domination in that game. The stats that he put up were just sick. 600 yards, 600. I mean, insane. And now, coming in and beating the Bills, doing what he had to do. He didn't put up impressive numbers, but they got the win, and he was efficient, and he was able to do what he needed to. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. I think, as much as it pains me to say so, Tua has to be on this list at 6.
Yeah, has the one. He's played well, right? Basically, making good key throws is kind of the topic that I want to talk about. He's in the moment that the team needs a good throw the most. Tua has been coming through for them, right? And that's even when you're down 35-14, just putting the ball on the money. He looks comfortable in this offense. which I think is extremely important. It's the most comfortable I've ever seen Tua, right? But really, a 6-touchdown game is the reason he's in this conversation. You just don't see that from developing quarterbacks. So I think through 3 weeks, he's certainly arrived. Can he continue is the big question. Is he actually in this conversation of elite quarterback, franchise
maintain it now?
Because if you asked me this a year ago, I would definitely say no.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you that I don't know that I believe he will maintain this for the season. I think, he's got to prove us and everybody wrong and show that he does belong in this conversation of top 6 quarterbacks right now. That's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's a long season. Got some film out there, but I think with this receiving core, you just cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot count out Tua right now. They're just too good. They're too talented. And really, their head coach, Mike McDaniel, has shown me that he knows how to call offense. That was one of the big things I wanted to see going into the season. So